Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at a game called See No Evil. This is kind of an early access demo, if you will. I'm not sure if it's available to the public or not, but this game is currently being kickstarted. It is being made by the See No Evil team. I don't think they have like a different name than that, but the kind of leader of that is Gabriel Pliske. And they're doing Kickstarter for $2,000. It's got about 24 days left, and they are a little over $1,000, so they should be alright to make it. But I thought I'd show off a little bit today. I'll throw the Kickstarter link in the description in case you want to chip in. But I'm just going to jump in, and we are going to start a new game. I have played a little bit of it. I didn't finish what was on the demo, but I did play quite a bit, and it's kind of cool. There's some really neat stuff going on.
First and foremost, ignorance is bliss. Wisdom is just getting a grip on a persistent dissatisfaction. Grasping that action towards understanding is hopeless. So keep your eyes closed. It's easier that way, I promise.
Alright. So, there are going to be a couple times where we have kind of that voice narrating things. I do wish that there was a subtitles option. I don't think I saw one. But, so we have here Dreams, the endless frontier of human potential. And then we've got lots of things that are going to tell us to press space. So, that's kind of our cue to press space a bunch. And that'll take us to our game here. Alright, so we've got this kind of interesting situation. We are this guy over here. I'm not sure if he has a name other than, I think the Seer is probably what we're going with here. To whom we may concern. So we've got kind of this is sort of the framework of the stories that we're going through this journal as we play through, and we'll get a little bit more info like after each level. So, to the dissatisfied, the black sheep. This is going to sort of teach us everything. We can push blocks, all of that. I do want to mention we've got kind of this interesting camera view. It's kind of an isometric puzzle game, which is a little weird. Maybe not weird so much as just not something I've seen before. So, to those not hostile to foreign movement, where did you go? Alright, so these guys, they will get bothered by sound, and then they'll come after us. So we do have to be careful. If you are out there, please pull through. So this is kind of our cue to pull, and I really like the way they handle these, because you're like, huh, it's not telling me what button to press. But then you see, if you look over on the floor here, we've got a giant letter E. So that's kind of our hint to use E to pull things, which is pretty nice. And of course, I did mention that it is an early access demo. So I've noticed that there has been like some frame rate drops, things like that. Sound owns this world. We must use it. We must scream. Okay, that was silly, especially because I've already done this. I should know how to do this right the first time. Anyways, basically what I'm going to do here is press this onto this button. That way the red cannot go back up again. I'm going to scream to get this guy over to here. He's going to chill out there and do kind of his guard thing where he's like, hey, what was that? And then we're going to move on through. I don't think there's like a run button or anything, so this is about as fast as we can move. There are but pawns and kings. You announce your place with each shout, just kind of a hint. And yeah, this is basically what we're going to do here. This is kind of how the framework of our puzzles are going to go, is we're going to use these tools. Sorry to talk over the voice here, but
you can just shut them.
So we're going to use these tools to kind of solve our puzzles. So a friend once told me the world seems darker with your eyes open. I think I really like what's going on here. I think it's an interesting concept. I think the art style looks fantastic. I think it's a really kind of novel idea in gameplay.
Consider this. You were once safe inside your structured home. A place constructed for the instructed. The instructions set in stone. It was not confining, it was uniting. You're now completely alone. Consider this. Ignorance was bliss.
Alright, freedom, a beautiful melody. Yeah, so I think, I think it's a really novel concept for a game. Specifically just how we solve these puzzles. And above that, this is kind of cool. This gives us sort of our little teaching tool for what those flowers do. They kind of make noises when they get noises, if that makes sense. I'm not really totally sure how to describe that. And, just in case you didn't pick it up the first time, it reminds you again that E is how you grab things. And we're going to use these horns to solve some more of our puzzles. But the right voice can free others, all of them. So, didn't quite get that. I will say that, yeah, occasionally, like, the kind of isometric view does make sort of using your voice in a specific direction a little strange. It's not always, like, it doesn't always go exactly the way you think it would, basically. But that's like a very minor complaint. I don't think it matters too much. I guess the other, like, very minor complaint I have is that, like I said, it does seem to move a little slowly. So the sound of this voice must be carefully manipulated to have the right effect. And that is very true. So what we're going to see here is that we're going to start using these blocks actually in order to do exactly what they're called, in order to block sounds. So this is definitely kind of an interesting turn in the puzzle design, and I think it's one that is a very smart way to do puzzles here. Yeah, other than those, like, very minor complaints, though, everything that I feel about this game is very positive, and I would love to see this make its Kickstarter goal. I'm not sure if it's up on Greenlight or anything, but it is definitely doing the Kickstarter thing, and it seems to be going pretty well so far, so that is good news. Oops, I did this the other time. I did this too. We actually need to make sure that he's the one not getting any noise. I don't know. Oh, is it, like, just out of reach? Yeah, it is. Okay. But we do want to make sure that this still goes through. There we go. That should do it. Yep. Alright, so maybe I'll do, like, one more level here and then we'll call it good. But, I think what's here already is pretty good. I think it's interesting, and, it's fun. I think it's just a fun way to do kind of level design like this. Fun way to solve puzzles. Yeah, this is the one that I wanted to end on. This one's pretty cool. Because we're going to deal with, like, trapping this guy. Oh, right, and I screwed that up. Because you can't actually get past the switches. So you do have to use these horns like this. So what we're going to do, we open that up, get his attention, and we lock him in there. Just like that. Alright. So he's going to be freaking out, of course, because he can hear us walking around. And you know what, I think it's just an interesting way to take the game, having everyone be blind. I don't know, it makes for an interesting kind of game here. And what I think what's really interesting is that a lot of this is based around what I guess you could call, like, stealth gameplay. And I think it makes for some pretty unique stealth gameplay, because you have to make noise. That's the only way to get through these things. So this is actually where I'm going to end it off, but I would encourage you to go check out the Kickstarter for yourself. If you think it's a cool idea, then go check it out, read their proposal, and consider pledging. But I think that this shows off pretty good representation of what's going on in this game. So, with that, as always, feel free to leave comments. If there's anything you would like to comment about, subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos every single day, and if you liked my look at See No Evil, then please do consider clicking the like button. But with that, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.